Gala, and we're excited about doing this, and I'm inspired by some of the outfits that I'm seeing, and I feel extremely underdressed, so next year maybe we'll make it a prom theme, and we can all don our flowers and come on out. Old people need fun too, right? Communities in schools is very near and dear to my heart. I believe I have been on the board for about 15 or 16 years. It's a very special place. There is no greater resource in our community than our children. And the people at Communities in School are so very, very dedicated to that resource and meeting needs and serving those children. And I want you to enjoy the evening as we honor some of the very special people in our community that help us in our endeavors. And I'd like to start out by introducing you to our host for the evening, Mr. Wanye Reese. I met him a while ago and I said, dude, I have coffee with you every morning, so it's good to finally see him in person. But we thank you for being willing to do this for us.
Yes, good evening. Good evening. All right, come on, y'all. I've been up since 2 o'clock this morning. Good evening. Good evening. There we go. And tomorrow morning, you're going to see about 2 or 3 cups on that anchor desk because I'm going to need that to get through the show. But when Miss Jackie called me and said that, hey, can you come and host this event? I said, no problem. I love the DUB. I love what you all are doing in the community. No problem at all. So good evening, and thank you all so much for joining us for the first CIS Honor Gala. If we can please give a round of applause for that. It's monumental. My name is Wanye Reese, and I'm your host for the evening. Right now, I serve as a morning anchor and reporter at 13 WMAZ in Macon, Georgia. Once again, thank you all so much for allowing me to be here this evening for such a great occasion. Now, you might be noticing my right hand, Mrs. Reese, she's not here with me this evening, but she got off right at 4. And for all my husbands out there, you know you want to make sure your wife has enough time to get ready and have everything together. So I just went ahead and told her, baby, just sit this one out. I got this, but she sends her love this evening. So I just want to go ahead and thank you so much, Mrs. Snipes, for that very warm welcome. And we are here tonight with Communities in Schools to honor members of the community who have demonstrated a strong commitment to education, the youth of this community, and to communities and schools. So a little bit of history for you. Community in Schools has existed in Dublin, Lawrence County since 1998 and Twiggs County since 2013. Its mission is to surround students with a community of support, empowering them to stay in school and achieve in life. The purpose of tonight is to not only honor these worthy individuals, but to also raise awareness about CIS and the work that is done in the community on a daily basis. What better way to do that than to hear from those who have benefited from this program? So please join me in welcoming Jalissa Walden, a former CIS student, as she comes and shares about CIS.
Good evening, everyone. I am Jalissa Walden, and I started attending Communities in Schools of Lawrence County in the 3rd grade at the original location where the exchange is right now. CIS represented a safe haven for myself and many others. CIS is our community, a community of hope, peace, and learning. I was provided multiple opportunities to learn, to grow, to play, and to experience and try new things. I was able to do my homework after school, but this is the place I also learned to play cards and pool. The balance of working hard but also playing harder. One of the many opportunities I had was attending summer camp at Georgia Tech, where I built lifelong relationships with people who I still know today and keep up with on social media. We were taught lifelong skills as well as the importance of networking skills. I have always believed in giving back to my community after understanding how my community supported me. I participated in the AmeriCorps program, where I tutored students in the after-school program, and I was able to receive a scholarship that I was able to use towards college. Through this program, I encourage students to do their best and the importance of their education. During my college tenure, I also interned at CIS of Georgia in the Public Relations and Marketing department. I helped manage the Dine Out for Kids fundraiser and the annual state competition. It always brought me great joy to meet the talented young people who were very creative and inspirational with their essays and artistic creations. I had the opportunity to also work with the founder of CIS of Georgia, Mr. Neil Shorthouse, and also the other various departments there who helped mentor me through my internship. I am a product of CIS of Lawrence County. I would like to thank Mrs. Jackie Pittman Curtis for her support and also the board of CIS of Lawrence County.
I apologize, I said your name wrong, Mrs. Jalise. Make sure I get that right. I apologize for that. All right, then, so thank you so much for sharing about your experience. If you all can please give this young woman one more round of applause. So we're going to hear from some more program participants a little bit later on in the program as we prepare for dinner. That's my favorite part of the evening. But before I eat, my grandma always taught me we have to pray first. So we're going to have an invocation done by Pastor Sean Curtis, and then after the invocation, I'm going to come back and give you all some instructions for dinner. Is that cool? Yeah. Is that cool? Yeah. All right, there we go.
Good evening, let's pray. As we gather on this wonderful and special evening, we want to give thanks to Mrs. Curtis, to her staff, and to this great board of communities and schools. We give them thanks because of all they've done and what they're doing to benefit our kids, to have a glorious and bright future. We also want to give thanks to our honorees tonight, not only for the work they've done in the community, but how they're helping our kids have a firm foundation for their lives. We also recognize those who have given tonight, the supporters who have given to make this night special. So right now, God, we thank you for what communities and schools are doing in this community to benefit our kids. And I pray now, God, your blessing upon this food may it bring strength and nourishment to our bodies. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Amen.
Allen's Heating and Cooling is your licensed Amana equipment dealer. Trust Allen's Heating and Cooling to install and service your heating and cooling unit. Allen services all brands, and with the purchase of a new Amana, offers a lifetime compressor warranty. Call Sean Clark or any of his friendly staff at Allen's Heating and Cooling, your Amana dealer. Amana lasts and lasts and lasts.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dustin Gay. I'm a local orthopedic surgeon with Houston Clinic Orthopedics, and we'd really like to invite everybody to come out to our new office facility to take a look at it. It's a larger space with physical therapy, and we're just excited to have it, and we'd love for people to come out and visit us.
Come by and see us today at our brand new location, the Houston Clinic, Medical Drive in Dublin.
It is now my pleasure to bring forth two more CIS participants. So please join me in welcoming former student Sherlissa Taylor and her daughter. Y'all can go ahead and come up and give them a warm round of applause, please.
Good evening. I'm here tonight to share with you my relationship with communities and schools and how it has transformed through the years. As I began to write, I thought, through the years, have I really gotten that old? Then I thought, through the years, what a powerful statement. As memory serves me, I believe I entered CIS at the age of 9 one summer with my older sister. There's not a whole lot that I can recall from such a long time ago, but I do remember from CIS. I remember friends, food, good snacks, and Mrs. Jackie Curtis. I remember being shy, but when meeting Mrs. Curtis, I felt like I was in the right place. My Aunt Angela once wrote, I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Mrs. Curtis brought this quote to life for me personally, because out of every little detail that I can remember in my early days at CIS, it's without a doubt that she made me feel like I belonged there. Fast forward into my adulthood, I had the pleasure of re-entering communities and schools, this time as a mother. When in search for an after-school program for my daughter, it was a no-brainer. She is now attending and has been attending CIS for the last 4 years. And as a parent, words cannot ever convey the appreciation that I have for this program. Through the years, my daughter has been taught swimming lessons. She's grown academically through the extra practice that she received after school. And she received nurturing and support from all of the staff. Communities and Schools is more than just a program. It is a support system, a haven, a legacy. To Mrs. Curtis and staff, thank you for the opportunities that you have given this community, myself, and now my child. As a former student, as a parent, and as a supporter, I appreciate the impression that Communities and Schools has made on my life, and most importantly, my daughter's. Thank you.
Thank you so much. If you can please give them one more round of applause. So Communities and Schools has been serving students long enough to now serve the children of those students who started with a program that's absolutely phenomenal. What an amazing testament to the work that CIS is doing right now in the community. It is now my pleasure to welcome, and everybody, I need you to go ahead and rise to your feet for me for this, please, I ask of you. It is my pleasure to welcome Mrs. Jackie Pittman Curtis, the Executive Director of Communities and Schools in Georgia and Lawrence County and Twin Counties, to present this evening's honorees.
To Shalissa and Suri and Jaleesa, they were my babies. Well, Jaleesa and Shalissa, before I had Tinsley. Jaleesa was my first baby. And as she said, she started with Communities and Schools when she was in the 3rd grade. But what she didn't tell you was, she was my secretary. And every day when she got ready to go home, she'd say, Miss Curtis, your messages are on your desk, and I file those papers you asked for, and I'll get the other stack tomorrow. And she'd roll the little book bag out, and she'd go home. And the same with Shalissa. She was a ball of joy. She could be mean, but once you get to know her, she's just all sugar. And when Suri started, come here, Suri. I'm not gonna make you say anything. I'm not gonna make you say anything. Come here. This is the cute, look at, come up so let me see. I tell her every day that she looks just like me and not her mama. And I'm gonna tell them our secret. You know what our secret is? When you started at the loft, did you like Miss Curtis? No. And I tried everything, and she would look at me like, ugh. And then something changed, and now she's my girl. So, okay, all right. Okay, so let's get to why we're really here tonight. And I'm gonna ask my board chair, Ms. Penny Snipes, to come up and help me with this. It is my true pleasure to serve as the Executive Director of Communities and Schools of Georgia in Lawrence and Twin Counties, and to present these wonderful honorees for this evening. I'm going to give a brief bio of each honoree prior to them coming forward to receive their award. Our first honoree is Miss Patricia Edwards. A native of Dublin, she is the daughter of the late Superintendent Ira Edwards and Mrs. Inell O'Neill Edwards, and she is the second of 8 siblings and is the first college graduate of her family, paving the way for her siblings to achieve higher levels of post-secondary learning as well. She is a 1971 graduate of Dublin High School, and she is also a graduate of Savannah State and Armstrong Universities with a bachelor and master's and an educational specialist degree in elementary education with a minor in early childhood education. Additionally, she received her master's in educational leadership degrees at Georgia Southern. Her professional career includes 38 years of active service in Dublin City Schools. After her retirement, After her retirement in 2013, she returned to work as a coordinator of testing for 9 additional years, giving her a total of 47 years of service in her beloved educational career. She is also a licensed evangelist missionary of the 2nd Northern Georgia Jurisdiction, a member of Jordan Grove Church of God in Christ, where she serves in many capacities. She is affiliated with Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority, the Georgia Association of Teachers, the Dublin Lawrence Retired Educators Association, Oconee Alumni, and supports the Savannah State Alumni Association. Please join me in honoring Mrs. Patricia Edwards.
I'm not going to be very long. Just give me about 15 minutes. No, I'm just kidding. Matthew 5:16 says, "Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify the Father which is in heaven." I pray that this is a representation of glorifying God. Because if we can let our light shine so others can see the good works, and that those good works will continue to touch the lives of so many others, then we would have done our task here on earth. I'm so humbled by having to be honored with this award. I asked Jackie, what was the criteria? Because I didn't know what it was. But I'm so grateful. And I thank God for each of you that are here in support of the CIS. Thank you so much. And I must say, I thank my church family that's present, our pastor. Wave your hand, you're out there somewhere. Oh, there he is. And my church members, would you raise your hand? Thank you all for coming to support me, and for all of you that are out there. And so many of you I have actually taught. I'm not going to date myself. But yeah, there have been so many years that I have contributed to the field of education. So thank you again.
Hi, I'm Kyle Gerard at A+ Flooring and Construction. If you're in the market for a complete home remodel, come see us. If you just want floors, maybe a new construction build, cabinets refurbished, or even a whole bathroom remodel, come see us at A+ Flooring and Construction, 371 Georgia Highway 338, or give us a call, 478-676-2662. Look forward to doing business with you.
At Dublin Chevy GMC, we have shipments arriving daily. Whether it's Silverados, Yukons, or Tahoes, we have the ride for you. As a matter of fact, I'm doing everything I can to get the trucks ready for you. Whether it's a Blazer or a Terrain or any other crossover, we have the Chevy or GMC for you. And with rates as low as 2.99 on new Silverados, there's never a better time to buy. And remember, Don sells cars well, only at Dublin Chevrolet.
She said, what was the criteria? I said, you worked in education for 47 years. That's enough. This next honoree is very special to me. I met him when I went to work in Twiggs County, and it is Mr. Bubba Epps. He is a lifelong resident of Twiggs County. He is married to Ms. Catherine Epps, and together they have 3 children, 8 grandchildren, and 2 great-grandchildren. He is a graduate of the Twiggs County Public School System, as well as Bruton Parker College and Mercer University. He was Alumni of the Year for Mercer University for 2016-17, and he received the Georgia Conference on Children and Families Distinguished Service Award, as well as the AADD Disability Champion Award as a member of the House, and the 2016 Gates Legislative Award. He is a small business owner for over 30 years. He is a former county commissioner, serving 4 years as chairman, and a former state representative. He is a member of the board of directors of Reach Georgia and the vice chairman of Regional Commission of Middle Georgia. I cannot think of a more deserving person, someone who is more dedicated to education and children and families than Mr. Epps and his wife. I love both of them. Please join me in welcoming Bubba Epps.
Give a microphone to someone to ask people to vote for them. Thank you. Jackie Curtis has had so many accolades tonight, I just won't even try to go any further, but she, Police County was all the more fortunate because she was there. Worked closely with her in our school system, in the Reach Foundation, and it's just, as I was sharing with my friend Walla just a few minutes ago, we never want to take our eyes off looking forward, but it never hurts to look down and see whose shoulders we're standing on. And Jackie has been a set of those shoulders in education for many years, and we're just honored to be in a friendship circle and appreciate community schools for what they do. Thank you.
Now, our next honoree is Dr. Sarah Beck Hawthorne. She and her husband, Ms. Fleming, reside in Jeffersonville. They have one daughter and 4 grandchildren. She is a former elementary and secondary classroom teacher, as well as building and system administrator, and taught at the undergraduate and graduate college levels. She has been named Georgia Teacher of the Year, runner-up, Georgia Reading Teacher of the Year, and received the Communities and Schools of Georgia Educational Leadership Award. She is president and founder of Alpha Skills and is the author of Read with Sarah, a guided reading model for K through 9th grade students, and Alpha Skills pre-K curriculum, and improved Bright from the Start program. Dr. Hawthorne currently serves as the 8th District Commissioner of Georgia Student Finance Commission, Chair of the Communities and Schools of Central Georgia Board of Directors, and Executive Director of the Georgia Teachers of the Year Association. She is the former chair of the Central Georgia Technical College Board of Directors and the City of Jeffersonville Downtown Development Authority. She states that supporting the community and education was modeled so well for her by her parents. It has been a part of her being since she was a young child, and through the years she has seen evidence of what such service means to both those served and to those who provide this service. Our goal must be to involve more in helping their community strive by providing better educational opportunities for their youth. Please help me welcome Dr. Sarah Beck Hawthorne.
Thank you. Peep over here. I'm very short. Thank you very much. This is such an honor to be among the group and to know this is the first. I didn't really realize that until tonight. But like Bubba said, I greatly appreciate Jackie and what she means to Lawrence County, but certainly what she meant to Twiggs County. Her touch is still there, both with the communities and schools and with the REACH program. Both of those were important to us, and she was so important to that. So thank you very much for this honor.
Next, we pause to honor Mr. James Lanier. Mr. Lanier is managing partner for Ryland Environmental, located in Dublin, Georgia. He was born in Millen, Georgia, and grew up in Aiken, South Carolina, and has made Dublin his home since 1989. He currently serves as Vice Chairman of the Dublin City Board of Education and presently serving his last year of his 4th term. He is the father of Ben and Brenda Lanier, both proud products of Dublin City Schools. Ben is currently the Hart and Georgia College and Career Academy CEO, as well as the CTA Director for the City Schools and the head wrestling coach. Brenna is currently a college student who plans a career in education or counseling and is involved in volunteering with the school system and is the mat mom for Ben's wrestlers. James states, I fully believe in and support public education. By having a strong educational option in our community, it makes us more well-rounded and poised for success for all of our citizens. I was what is called now a non-traditional student. I'm the oldest of 8 kids, and we moved 11 times during my school years. I have seen the importance of what a good education offers, especially to kids like myself who didn't have or weren't able to depend on parents to fund our education. Having a strong educational opportunity in our community helps give us a vibrant and diverse workforce and is a drawing card for businesses and industries to our community. It is mandatory for the quality of life we strive for in our city, county, state, and nation. If the actions of our school system gives just one child an opportunity to succeed, then we have changed generational trends and made them a contributor to society. And who knows, one day they may even run a garbage company. When I think about James Lanier, I think about passion. Please join me in welcoming Mr. James Lanier.
That's fine. I don't mind standing between two good-looking men. Thank you.
We appreciate you.
Well, after all that, I don't know what much more you can say, but education has always been very important to me. Like I said in the little blurb, I was what's called as a non-traditional student. I didn't go through one school my whole life. I see the value in a program like Communities in Schools and what it could have meant to me growing up. And I see what it means to our kids today, especially as society's changed. Most children just need two things: somebody to believe in them and somebody to love on them. And the one thing I can tell you, and I always say this, if when I leave this world, all anybody can say about me is I was a good father, then that's enough. And the good thing is we all have the opportunities in this room to be fathers and mothers to some children that don't have that. And we need to take that opportunity. Love on them, show them what it means, and I tell you what, I don't know of anybody that epitomizes that more than this woman right here. She loves my children as good as I do. And I'll let you in on a little joke. We always say that this is my girlfriend and Sean is our husband. So I'm just proud to be here, and I just appreciate you thinking of me.
Automax, your local repair shop, family owned and operated. Our mechanics are all ASE certified for 100% satisfaction guaranteed. We service all makes and models, foreign and domestic. So come see us at Automax for complete auto repair. We offer certified auto repairs, mufflers, brakes, engine repairs, diagnostics, struts, suspension, and a whole lot more. That's Automax, 707 Kellam Road, Dublin. Call us at 606-6868. We're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Automax.
I'm Brian Bazemore, President and CEO of Community Bank of Dublin-Lawrence County. We would like to invite you to come by and experience a welcoming banking environment. Come by today and have a cup of coffee and let us talk with you about our many products, savings accounts, checking accounts, CDs, and our many loans. You're more than just a number to us, you're family. Come by today, Community Bank of Dublin-Lawrence County, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
If you saw the pictures in the front of our honorees, I told them that they get to take theirs home, but James, I'm taking yours home. Our next honoree is Mr. Jay Studstill. He is married to Mitzi, his wife of almost 40 years. They have two sons, Jason and James, daughter-in-law Rebecca, and in March they will welcome another daughter-in-law, Annie. They have two grandchildren, Daniel and Noah. Jay is, for the next few days, the area manager at Georgia Power, responsible for representing the company in the counties of Dodge, Lawrence, Pulaski, Twiggs, and Wilcox with activities that enhance workforce development, quality of life, communications with community leaders on power development, storm restoration, customer service, as well as social justice reform. Jay states that the quality of life that we all enjoy is directly related to the citizens living in our community. Our children are future citizens, and it is important to give these children a solid mental and social foundation to be ready to make our community better. Please welcome Mr. Jay Studstill.
Thank you, Jackie.
Hold it here.
I've had the privilege of going around the state of Georgia and working with the company that I work with, Georgia Power Company, and I get to visit and see a lot of communities. And when I go into community, you really get to try to get a feel for what the community means to other people. The churches that the community has is real important, Because if you've got a solid foundation with your churches, you know that you've got a good community. You also look for your educational system and support system. I had the privilege of being asked to join the Communities and Schools from Jackie. And it was a wonderful gift. We're all given gifts from time to time in our lives. It depends on what you do with your gifts, okay? When you see what Communities and Schools has done to help people grow in their lives and become citizens, it's something that you just have to say, touche, that's good work. Jackie, you do good work. Communities and Schools program is here to help our communities. So I'm very tremendously honored to be part of that. The awards, yeah, but more than anything, I appreciate what Communities and Schools does for other people. Thank you, Jackie.
Our final honoree for the evening is Dr. Fred Williams. He is married to Melissa Williams, and they are the proud parents of 3 children, Whitley, Frederick II, and Graceland. In September 2022, he became a first-time grandpa, joyfully welcoming his grandson, Carter Grayson Williams, to the family. Dr. Williams has been Dublin City Schools Superintendent since 2015. With the strategic plan as his guidepost, Dr. Williams is committed to preparing all students to be effective communicators, problem solvers, and lifelong learners. He believes in high achievement and success for all students, and under his leadership, the high school graduation point has increased by 25.2 points to an impressive 95.5%. As superintendent, Dr. Williams has ensured that Dublin City Schools embraces its charter flexibility, with the district carrying out several innovative practices like the development of the Irish Gifted Academy, a salary schedule independent of the state, a community initiative specifically geared towards connecting young families to school resources before their child begins pre-K called Baby Irish, and an expanded mental health initiative called Be Well. A community-minded leader through and through, Dr. Williams is also chairman of the Dublin-Lawrence County Development Authority, pastor of Turkey Creek Missionary Baptist Church, and also serves on the Charter System Foundation Board of Directors. Dr. Williams received the Georgia School Superintendents Association President Award in April 2017 and was one of the 4 finalists for Georgia Superintendent of the Year in 2022. Dr. Williams states that both the community and education influence the quality of life that one has. We need strong communities, but the community is a composite of the homes and families. Therefore, we need strong homes and families. An educated community is vital for an excellent quality of life. When people are educated, they will feel more fulfilled, happier, and more accomplished with what they hold most dear. It is my honor to recognize Communities and Schools' strongest partner in Dublin, Lawrence, and Twiggs, Dr. Fred Williams.
Just want to take time to say that I'm humbled and honored to stand before you, and I stand with the entire Dublin City school system. Also stand with our church family, Turkey Creek, and all of you here today. I do want to just say thank you to my darling wife, Melissa. She encourages me and gives me the opportunity to serve the community. It is an absolute pleasure to serve alongside Ms. Curtis and the entire Community Schools Board and everything that we're doing to improve the outcomes of our young people. I was just sitting here thinking back to Susie Dasher's gym when Jaleesa was jumping rope for me as a PE teacher, and just to seeing what Communities and School has done in her life and so many others. Again, to our board members, our church family, to the school staff, to Communities and Schools, to this community. When you think of Jay Studstill and Representative Epps and others, and even Representative Hatchett, and just the community coming together is the beginning, keeping together is progress, working together is success. We may build skyscrapers grand and tall. They may know our name from hall to hall. We may conquer all our failures of the past, but only what you do for Christ last. Thank you so much.
Looking for your pot of gold? Look no further than Century 21 Durden Cortegay Realty. When it comes to buying or selling your home, Century 21 is the #1 realty company in Dublin and Lawrence County. Count on Brian Howell, Charlene Lamp, Adam White, David Deeves, Jennifer Bradley, Mark Bateman, Jay Brantley, Jim Jarrett, Raina Dubberly, Yvonne Robertson, or broker George Durden. And you'll find your pot of gold. Century 21 Durden Cortegay Realty. Log on to c21dublin.com. Stop by 1700 Veterans Boulevard or call us at 478-272-1535. Century 21 Durden Cortegay. Broker George Durden.
At Central Georgia Primary Care, we are dedicated to improving your health and quality of life throughout Lawrence County with state-of-the-art facilities. We are your one-stop shop for all things health care, and there's a location near you no matter where you live. Central Georgia Primary Care is located at 406 Central Drive in East Dublin and just off Hillcrest, at 101 Mercer Drive, and in Dublin at 230 Industrial Boulevard. North, south, east, or west, there's a Central Georgia Primary Care centrally located near you.
We're almost at the end, and I am so relieved. We set out on this journey as a board in October of 2022, and the board said they wanted to have this event in February of 2023, and I said, sure, and I was scared to death that I wouldn't sell a table. But we sold 14 tables, and we had 14 sponsors. Our sponsors are listed on the program, but I do want to thank them. Our diamond sponsors, Garvey Construction, Company Supply, Matt Hatchett. Our bronze sponsors, Turkey Creek Baptist Church, Dudley Funeral Home. Our silver sponsors, the Kite Law Firm, Dublin City Schools, Yates Insurance, Ebb Brothers, Altera Networks, and the Southside Community Association. Thank you so much for investing in this event tonight. I also want to say thank you to my husband and my daughter, Sean and Tinsley. If you could wave. Sean and I just celebrated our 35th wedding anniversary, and Dr. Williams, if he doesn't do anything else, that's gonna get him in heaven right there. That's he gonna make it in there. He doesn't do anything else. But Tinsley is our joy, and so I'm glad to have them, and they have seen me stressing over this event. I also want to thank Wanye Reese for agreeing to come tonight. Thank you for doing all of that. As he said, when I asked him to come, it was an immediate yes, and little known fact, Wanye and I are members of the same church in Macon, Beulah Land Bible Church, so I have to recognize that. I also have to recognize Mrs. Ernestine O'Neill. Is she where she can come out? When we decided to do this event, Dr. Williams said, think about having our culinary department prepare the food. So I want you to know that our students at Dublin High School, led by Mrs. O'Neill, prepared the food for you this evening. And so I thank her, and I thank our CTA director, Mr. Bill Lanier, for his support always in this effort. So let's give them another hand for that fantastic work. Thank you to my Champions Council for always supporting CIS and supporting me. And I also want to thank the President and CEO of Communities and Schools of Georgia, Ms. Carol Lewis. She is here tonight. I thank her for the opportunity that she gave us 4 years ago to come up under the state office, which solidified our ability to remain a viable organization. And I would be remiss if I didn't offer her an opportunity to say something. She's going to kill me. But Carol, would you like to come and have a few words? Thank you. Let's give her a round of applause as she comes.
Thank you, Jackie.
You're welcome.
I know most of you wouldn't believe it, but when I first met Jackie Curtis, she didn't speak to me. She didn't talk. I didn't know she could talk.
I was playing.
Yes, how things have changed. But good evening, everyone. To our honorees, I want to say thank you. Thank you because Communities in Schools, again, my name is Carol Lewis. I humbly serve Communities and Schools of Georgia as its president and CEO, which represents 144 schools across the state of Georgia in service to students. But I want to say thank you for letting me be at the first event, because Lawrence County was one of the first programs I was assigned 23 years ago when I came to the state office. It's 24. No, I know when I came to the state office, Taryn, who is another one of our local directors, Taryn Collinsworth from Macon, Bibb County. But when I sit here today, I'm very humbled, because it is the educators and education that allows us to come into schools and work with our students. It is our state legislators, and thank you, Representative Matt Hatchett, Representative Bubba Epps, because we have had an enormous support from our state legislature over the last 50, well, excuse me, I can't say 50 years because I was a baby then, but over the last 25 and 30 years. And we continue to have that. And oh, by the way, I just submitted a request for some increased funding. I just want to let you know. But again, you look at our Georgia Power has been a partner with Communities and Schools statewide for more than 25 years. Those are opportunities that are unprecedented. We've also been partners with our local business leaders, our school boards. We could not exist without the community. And I just want to stand and say thank you. I know you have great leadership here in Dublin, Lawrence County, Twigs. I have to add Twigs on there. I apologize if I don't know what the name is now. We got to add some more names to it. We're going to start calling it a region or something. But it is absolutely imperative that our children learn to read by 3rd grade. They're 80% more likely to drop out of school if they're not. If they're not, our children are insecure of food, or they don't have a safe place to be in the afternoons. Those are times and places when kids get in trouble. And CIS provides that safe haven, try to intervene when those stresses become too much. So they can be children, that maybe they won't have to move 11 times, but they do move 11 times, they've got somebody in their corner. That's what we're about, is making sure our children have the things they need as they move through this journey, and they be successful. Because I am gonna be in a nursing home one day, my children have told me. And I want those folks that are looking at that medicine bottle, they know how to read it, and they won't give me the wrong medicine or roll me out and forget about me. But I think what you do matters, and what you do here matters. And thank you so much for all coming out to support your honorees. You have some amazing people and some amazing leadership in this community. And I am absolutely honored and very happy to have driven down here to make sure I was part of this. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
It has truly been an honor to work with Communities and Schools since 1999, and through lack and lean, we've weathered the storm, and we've remained a constant for our students and families in Lawrence and now Twiggs counties. With the support of the City of Dublin and State of Hope funding, CIS will partner with Dublin City Schools to open a resource center in the old Catherine Gray Library this year. Additionally, with the award of a federal DOE grant, Communities and Schools will be investing $3.8 million in our 3 school systems over the next 5 years. It is imperative, yes, thank you. So it is imperative that we have committed individuals, such as the one that we honored here tonight, to continue to stay on our mission. That is why I didn't want to have a speaker tonight. I wanted you to hear from the kids, those who have a heart, who have actually benefited from the program. That's what I thought was important, for you to truly understand who we are and what we do. We know that there are many other individuals here tonight that could be honored, and so we will honor another group next year. So save the date for our 2nd annual CIS Honors Gala that will be held on February the 22nd, 2024, in somewhere with some good, cool air conditioning. I apologize for that, out of my hands. But until then, thank you for coming, and good night.